once again to be honest. To be two beer honest. This week's question, incidents with police. So full disclosure here, fellas. That's what the two beers are for. You know? Mm-hmm. Got a couple cold ones in you. Things come out that you might not have known about each member of the cast, so...
I'm going to go with the safest of my police stories.
Yeah, kind of
but still kind of an interesting one. I was going up to the cottage with a couple buddies, driving up in a Chevy Cavalier by the color of red. Realized about 3/4 of the way to the cottage that I had forgotten the keys at home. Raced all the way back home at a ridiculous speed. Sorry, Dad. Picked up the keys, started racing back on the 407. A cop pulled me over going 160. Had a couple questions for me, calling me out. Grabbed my license, said, "What's your birth date?" I said, October 6, 1978. He said, "November what?" Trying to call me out and trying to be drunk. I'm clearly sober at this time. Come on, buddy. November what? I just told you it was October 6th.
If you're watching,
Oh, not bad.
know what the man said. Correct yourself.
Good little sidekick there, right?
Little sidekick.
Little sidekick, yeah. Little sidekick action.
A little
there,
scrappy
right
over there.
Yeah, a little scrappy.
Well,
That's
what I'm here for.
Right on. Why don't you go, right?
Okay, you good?
Do a little crosshatch thing.
Cross action. All right. So back in the day, I think this was maybe 2005. My birthday was coming up, and I was like, "Mom, you know, I really want a Ralph Lauren polo." She's like, "Yeah, those are pretty expensive." And at the time, they were kind of expensive. I think they were like 60 to 80 range.
Probably more than that.
Maybe more than that.
Probably 120.
You know, it was a cool thing. You know, get the Ralph Lauren polo, pop the collar,
The collar, I
little
was gonna
OC
say.
action.
Right.
It's 05.
So I ordered a white Ralph Lauren polo with the little red Ralph Lauren for my birthday. And it came early. And there was a party going on later that night when it arrived. And I was like, you know what? I want to look good. So I grabbed the Ralph Lauren polo without my mom knowing. Before she even wrapped it, I snuck it out of her closet. Put it on, looked pretty spiffy, went to the party. It was this giant like mansion on like the Mississauga golf course, and this girl, her parents weren't home. Invited pretty much, I think, all of Mississauga and all of Oakville, and a ton of people showed up. It was like probably like 200 people there. Like it was insane. She's walking.
Was that the population of Oakville and Mississauga?
No, it wasn't.
2005?
No, all right, exaggeration, all right, Pesci. All right, so I'm call him out. So walking around the party, she's walking around crying. She's going, "Get out of my house!" to everyone who's like at the party.
That happens to people that host large amounts
She's
of
freaking
people.
out. So without anyone knowing, she pressed the silent alarm. So we're all chilling in the back. You know, a couple people raided the old wine cellar there. So we had to pop in a couple bottles in the a couple reds, a couple
Pinots,
whites,
couple Californias,
yeah,
couple
some
Some
champagne.
Malbecs.
Yeah.
I don't know. All of a sudden, you see like 20 flashlights. 5 come through the house, 5 come through the left side, 5 come through the right side. My buddy grabs me and he goes, "Run." He whips the bottle out of my hand and shoves me down. She lived on a ravine. And then it was the golf course. So he pushed me down. I rolled down the entire ravine. I blacked out. I hit every tree on the way down, I suppose. I woke up at the bottom of the ravine, covered in mud, blood, grass, who knows. And I remember looking down at the white polo going, "Oh, well, this was a good purchase."
Did you get this? Did you get the stains out? Was there any possible
No,
way?
it was ruined.
It was ruined.
It was ruined.
I hate to hear the wrecking of a good shirt.
Kyle,
Wrecking of a birthday present.
Is this the way we're gonna do a little
Do
star
it up,
hash
man.
thing?
Start.
Yeah, I mean, this was throwing it back, not quite to 2005, but to probably 2010. Young Kyle, 16 years old, looking to get some beers.
Like 2
Obviously
years ago.
had him in a backpack. It was 2 years ago, by the way, yeah. Had him in a backpack. You know, when you're a kid, you had all the confidence in the world. You got a beer full of backpack. You're playing some Nicky Nine Door, whatever. You go to a party, it's pretty bad. So you're knocking on some door, whatever. Somebody calls the cops. Maybe you put a Christmas tree up against someone's door so when they open it, it falls in. I don't know. That's maybe what we were doing. I'm not going to disclose this.
What?
And so the cops were coming, and
That was happening in Stony
Is
Creek.
that what they were
around that
doing?
I was
Yeah.
not in Stony Creek. This is representing
The
to
16-year-old kids are doing around these days. You got Christmas tree through
This
the
is
door.
Dundas. This is Dundas.
Oh, the D.
D-town. I'll pull up. I got a
That's
tattoo.
deep in Stony Creek.
It's just outside of Hamilton. It's not quite Stony Creek. It's Dundas. We're a place of
West
our own,
End.
representing. And I gotta say, the cops were coming. I was a little freaked out. I'm kind of a naive, little 16-year-old kid. I don't know what's up. I've never been chased by the cops before, so I'm running. I was a big cardio kid when I was younger, so I got the speed. I can outrun them all. And there's a group of hedges there, and I say, you jump through the hedges, Kyle, and you're in the clear. You're done. You're in the ravine. You're in Dundas. There's a lot of wooded area, and you're good. You're good. So, jump through the hedges, and there's about an 8-foot retaining wall there, and I just lose all air out of myself. You wind yourself, and I just sat there, and the cops didn't know where I was, but I was very embarrassed, and I just kept wheezing for air like an asthmatic.
Oh, wow, that was.
So that's my cop
I
story.
mean,
That was way more truth than I needed.
it was yeah. When honesty goes.
It's
too
about
far.
honesty.
Much truth.
Too much. Well done. Well
much
played.
truth.
Too much truth. To get back on a thing, like I don't have too many incidents with police. I never have too many run-ins with them. However,
That's a lie.
when I was hey, check the tape.
Check the tape.
When I was I think 16 or 17, when I used to live in West Hamilton on the mountain, my grandma was visiting from India, and my mom was there, obviously, who I lived with at the time, and she was like, she's a very like kind of sheltered person, as you could say. She got her master's in English, like she's been here forever. However, we got a knock on our door abruptly, and there's a knock on the door. I'm like, we weren't expecting anybody at the time. Knock on the door, look in our backyard, and then we see a guy crouching around back there, right? Like just some guy crouching in the background. And we're like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? Knock on the door. People are like, my mom's like, don't open the door. Don't open the door. I'm like, well, just open the door. Like, we live when it's like 5 PM. Open the door. Police officer in full, like regular police uniform. He goes, we need to get into your house. We're conducting a raid on the house on the house right behind you. My mom and frozen. Doesn't say anything. Doesn't say a word. I'm like, Mom, should we let him in? Paralyzed. Doesn't say anything. Cop bangs again. It's like, I need to get into your house. We're conducting a raid right now. Guy's like, ma'am, do you speak English? And I was like, yes, she speaks English. Nothing. And so, anyways, we didn't let the police officer into our house because my mom was petrified, and then made us hide behind the stairs because apparently if bullets started whizzing through, they wouldn't get to that point. And so anyways, long story short, the guy right across from us was selling copious amounts of weed and had his house raided.
Oh.
So the cops came to
Oh,
us.
I think you're
as
gonna
an
say it was
indirect
like a crack house or something.
Well, he was dealing a lot of marijuana.
Poor
so
guy.
we got it, so. That's my honestly. That's my.
To
my incident.
be honest, to be honest, to be honest, to be honest, and to be honest, and to be honest, and to be honest, to be honest, be honest, to be honest, Tuesday, true.